I had to unfollow her because it was just too much. I was following her on IG for a little bit, but if I heard Corey Kenshin one more time, I was like, you know what, little girl, it ain't your fault, but I can no longer follow you. It's too much. I watch you too much. I'm gonna be Corey Kenshin. I just can't. No, bitch. I'm sorry. So what happened here? Somebody with Tourette's had to ruin the moment. Let's continue. Ready? Let's see if you can hear it.
Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
Did you hear it? Did you hear the white man with Tourette's say the N-word? And did you see how stoic and professional Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo held their frame and did not even react? So for every high, you got to get hit. You got to get hit with the low. It is what it is.
We're here to celebrate.
Did you hear it?
Delroy and
you know
I
what
are
he
delighted
said.
to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
So, activist John Davidson. So here we go. Here we go. This is the white man with Tourette's that said the N-word. Now, what's going to happen is you're not going to have any patience for anybody with Tourette's. Okay? So now you just lost a whole bunch of understanding. Like no one's gonna give this grace. Like stop. So now you're gonna give white people an excuse. Oh no, it's my Tourette's. Okay. Well, my fist is about to Tourette your face. Okay. Did you not hear what he said? You want me to run it back for you? Some of y'all need y'all hearing checked. Some of y'all need y'all's hearing checked.
Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
What he didn't? Did he say Naker? What did he say, Naker? Is that what you thought he heard? Naker? Maybe you hope he said Naker. I did not hear Naker. I know what I heard.
Of movie making.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. Let's continue. So, BAFTA's host Alan Cummings thanked attendees for their understanding after Tourette syndrome activist John Davidson called Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo the N-word. Davidson, whose symptoms also include tics he cannot control, was also captured shouting that BAFTA chair Sarah Putt's opening comments were boring before he told her to F off. You may have noticed some strong language in the background there. This can be part of how Tourette syndrome shows up for some people as the film explores that experience. Thank you for your understanding and helping create a respectful space for everyone. Okay. Here we go. So no wonder why this movie came out of nowhere and won a bunch of awards at the BAFTAs. The 2025 Scottish film I Swear explores Davidson's life with the condition. Davidson, who was diagnosed with Tourette syndrome when he was 25, was also featured in the 1989 documentary John's Not Mad. Sometimes the way a Tourette's mind works is our mind works so quick to so constantly the whole time we're in place, we're scanning around the place looking for information. We notice things that we shouldn't really need to notice. So it's like everything is overloaded, sensory overload. So when you see black people, that's your first thought. That's what that tells me. Your condition be damned. I don't care about your condition. Your thought patterns and process tells me when you see black people, this is your first thought. Some people just have the wherewithal to not utter it, unlike you with your condition. Yeah. It's taking me to a world stage and talking to so many more people about the condition. It's not just going to raise awareness, I believe. I believe it's going to become a movement. It's going to become a catalyst for other people with Tourette's to join on the campaign and get awareness out there and get more understanding out there and get people talking about Tourette's. Now, I remember quite a few years ago, it was a whole Tourette's. Let's help understand Tourette's. We've been there down this road before. I remember about 20, 25 years ago, there was a whole wave of Tourette's, having Tourette's understanding. No, sir, we've been down here before. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No. Tell me how you really feel. Thank you. Please and thank you. All right, let's go here. So we're in Tourette's syndrome fatigue. So let's go here. Delroy tells Vanity Fair that he and Michael B. Jordan did what we had to do after a racial slur was hurled at them while presenting at the BAFTAs. He also said he wished someone from BAFTA spoke to us afterward. We all seen the clip of the white man with Tourette's say the N-word, and they just paused and still went on with the show. Stoic in frame, as black men should. I wish more black men, when it's time to not react, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, could have Delroy and Michael B. Jordan kind of went left with it. Could have. They would have been within their right, but they didn't. They held frame. I wish we did that more often when it mattered, when it counted the most. When it's time to see us not overreact, I wish we wouldn't overreact in moments like that. Okay? So here we go. Like, I'm not capping. We're literally in Tourette. We're in Tourette fatigue. So you have white creators getting mad at black people for being offended. Let's start with this cracker here. I can't stand this dude. I despise Mr. H. I despise this dude. Once again, he's the complete example of why I don't like UK guys, Brits. He is the typical smug, arrogant, passive aggressive. He is everything I think is wrong with Brits. He embodies it. I can't stand this dude. But it's important to see how they think in moments like this. But let's go. Let's go. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? Y'all can't do this West Coast bias and shit on. I'm just saying. What? What do you mean? Everybody I mentioned in my top 5 West Coast has greatly impacted not only West Coast, but hip hop in general. And they all have mega monster commercial international hits to boot. Except Razzcast. Everybody in my top 4 has moved hip hop further than I don't know what. Scarface has not done that. I'm sorry. He hasn't. All right. Damn, I totally forgot about Coolio. Okay, let's go here. Now take a listen to what they're saying. Once again, black folk, they're saying it's your fault because you made it cool for everyone to say the N-word. Now, when other people say the N-word back to you, you can't be offended. That's what they're saying. Okay, let's go.
It is absolutely mad. 1, it's Tourette's. It doesn't make you racist. Okay. 2, it's just a word. And 3, if you don't want this word to have widespread notoriety, because this is one of the arguments that people are making, is that how does a Scottish person know the N-word? Are you fucking mental? 1, you say it in pretty much every single one of your songs.
So it's your fault. Never mind, they've been using that slur against us since 1800s, late 1700s, right? So for him to say, or for them to take the position of, well, you guys made it popular. You guys were the ones using the word, misapplying the word, right? If I remember correctly, it comes from the Niger River, right? It's based off the Niger River, but then they're like, oh, well, we're just going to kind of turn it into a slur against you guys. So the word has always been around, but they're taking the position of you guys made it popular. Okay. Once again, pay attention, y'all. Pay attention. Come on.
Like, if you don't want it to have widespread notoriety, stop using it. Stop using it with one another. Right? But it's a word. It can't hurt you. You give words power.
It can't hurt you. This is why I just don't like UK Brits. I just don't. I don't. Super smug. Look at these comments. I must have had Tourette's back in the Xbox 360 days. You see how they all feel free to come out and show them true selves? These people hate you at a molecular level. Let's go. This is reaffirming my view that acting has the highest ratio of stupid people in the profession. Let's see. Victim one-upsmanship at its finest. Okay. Nate, I have been diagnosed with involuntary tics. I can confirm it is painful. It is really hard. I personally really struggle. It is really disheartening to see how many people are saying he's racist. Truly, really sad. Now, go tell a Jew, call him the K word in his face, and see if he doesn't, see what type of reaction you what they do to Michael Jackson. What they do to Michael Jackson when he said the K word. But let's continue. Let's continue. Look at this. That side of politics never miss an opportunity to show their stupidity, hypocrisy, intolerance, ignorance, and complete lack of compassion, patience, or maturity, don't they? American black people are the most tolerant and the most compassionate people on the damn planet. This is how you guys don't wake up with us at y'all's bed at 3 a.m. Do you understand? Black American people are the most tolerant, compassionate people. This is why we don't be at your house at 3 a.m. Hey, I tracked you down. You're the grandfather. You're the great grandson of my great grandfather, and he did this to my great grandfather. Now you got to pay the price. We're not those people. Other groups of races are those people, but we're not. We're not trying to actively track you fuckers down and pay you back for what you did to our ancestors. We're not doing that. But let's continue. I have said it for years. Rappers of every skin color have used that particular word, so why are they not classed as racist? Okay. A self-proclaimed victim will always find a way to be a victim. Amazing how one word can change the whole we care for the disabled narrative. Ah, the magic word. Certain people use it constantly, but if a different person uses it, it's racist. Yeah. The Jews have it locked down. Okay. Look at this. I don't live under a rock. I just don't give an F about the BAFTA, celebrities, black fragility. Blacks use the word all the time. Okay. All right. Look at this. Look at this here. I grew up in the South where some people will call me Chinese even though I'm not, speak gibberish at me while pretending it was Chinese, ask if I knew Bruce Lee or if I was Bruce Lee. I never took offense or fought back. However, annoying it got, I just let it go. Ironically, the least racist group I encountered there were white Americans. Yeah, I don't believe you, sir. But whatever. Look at this. Stop saying it in so many songs, then this made my day. Okay. How could all these bleeding hearts have so little sympathy for this man? Okay. Look at this. Blacks actually believe they should be able to assault or kill a white over a word. Okay. All right. Look at this. I wasn't racist until these people made me one. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Uh-oh. Maybe Captain Durag can come to the rescue. Okay. All right. They shout it all the time. Yeah. Okay. This is why I don't waste my time with debates and trying to correct people and make people understand. I can't do that. I ain't built for that. You gonna get one of those, get the fuck out my face, or I'll leave the situation, right? Okay. You think I'm trying to hear excuses? So if you're in public, y'all out and about in public, and you're in line, and someone behind you clearly has a tic, and you're like, oh, they must have Tourette's. They keep stammering and whatever, and making noises and whatever, and the N word comes out. You ain't gonna look back at that person like, what is your problem? Or you may let it go the first time, but after the second or third time, you might turn back and be like, hey, what the fuck is your problem? Oh, it's okay. He has Tourette's. Okay, and what does that have to do with you saying an inappropriate thing and an offensive slur to me? Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Okay. Once again, I would not waste my time trying to debate these people. But yeah, come on out and show us your true colors. Got you. All right, let's go to this other is he a Brit? He's something. Yeah, Midnight's Edge. I don't like these guys either. I don't fuck with Nerd Erotic. I don't fuck with Critical Drinker, Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Cannell, Midnight's Edge, Mr. H. They all can go to hell for all I care. Fuck all them white dudes. Because they're inherently at their core. Matter of fact, we got motherfucking homeboy black nerd dude beefing with Rob from Comic Storian. We got comic book beef right now because Comic Storian, he's biracial from Kentucky. And homeboy is like, hey, you don't even cover black comics. And then Rob goes on these long-winded ass rants about why he follows white supremacists on Twitter. He follows Nerdrotic and Drinker. They're open white supremacists. They've told you this, right? They've in so many words in their rhetoric, right? He's like, well, I was always taught to understand their position, to listen to the both sides. The fuck you want to listen to the side of a racist for? For what? So now you got this whole brouhaha and comic books are beefing. All the black comic book guys are looking at Comic Storian, the mixed guy, because he panders to his white audience. There was a live stream homeboy had about a year or two ago, and he was actually covering a black comic book character, and his white fans in his chat was so like hell bent on like, nah, we don't want to hear this, all these N-words. He had to take the live stream down. He has 2.5 million subs. What do you think the majority of his demographic and racial makeup is? They don't want no black. They don't hear shit about no goddamn black comic books. His white base don't want it. So he has to pander to them. But sir, you half black. How does that work? And you're from Kentucky. Oh, you know what? First of all, I said Pitbull. Yes, I said Pitbull is a better artist than Scarface because Pitbull has huge international hits. Yes, Pitbull and Flo Rida are better artists than Scarface. Yes, the 12 guys I mentioned from the South are better artists because they can sell records to white people, to Asian people, to Indian people, Chinese people, Australian, the Aborigines. Yes, they are better artists than Scarface. Scarface can only make records for niggas. Sorry. Why is this? What? Yeah, Scarface can only make records for niggas. Why is that so offensive? Why is that a problem? the disgusting the way you said Kentucky. Come on, man. I ain't got no issue with Kentucky, man. I'm just saying, man. Like you. Let's go here, y'all. Let's get to Tourette's fatigue syndrome. Tourette's syndrome fatigue. And pay attention. They're always watching you. Us. They watch what we consume. Okay?
A statement for Nightcrawler to read.
Tourette's syndrome is a disability, and the tics you've heard tonight are involuntary, which means the person who has Tourette's syndrome has no control over their language.
That apology was not the end of it. Grace Randolph voiced her displeasure with and condemnation of the Tourette-affected individual, in the process spurting disinformation that Tourette's only means lack of filters, so one says what one really feels, for which she was quickly taken to task, and even community noted. The reality is that...
You know it's bad when I have to agree with Grace Randolph? That's how bad it is. And I can't stand Grace Randolph. She is a self-professed white feminist. You know it's bad when I agree with a white self-professed feminist. She said Tourette's means no filter, which means this man thought it. Despicable. The BAFTAs out here making fools of themselves and the entertainment industry, and they dragged her to hell. And I don't even like Grace, but she's right. She's right. I'm not giving nobody a fucking pass. If you can say that word in close proximity to me. Now, I may not do nothing to you. I will look at you like, hey, I'm sorry. Do you have a problem? That's a very specific word. That's a very specific word. Just like I said in the last live stream, for him to look at them, that was on his mind. That's how he viewed black people. I don't give a fuck about your damn tics. Fuck all the excuses, man. Fuck all the excuses. Yeah, you got to think it to say it. Exactly. You have to think it to say it. Exactly. There's no other way around it. But let's go. Shout out to Grace.
The reality is that Tourette's comes with debilitating involuntary tics, which can be both physical and verbal.
Now here they go trying to explain it away.
It isn't what you really feel that comes out. Oh, no. It is what you are the most deathly afraid of saying. It's your mind playing the game of what is the worst thing I can say in this situation, and then, to the horror of the afflicted, that is what comes out. Alas, many more shared the same initial reaction as Grace Randolph. Jamie Foxx was clear that in his view, the individual meant that shit. Ditto Queen Latifah, and many others with them. And some.
Okay, so let's go here and let's actually pull up what they actually said. That's why they keep talking about Jamie Foxx, right? That's why you see, them talking about him in their rhetoric. So this is what he said. Oh, this is what they all said. Okay, let's go. No, get out of here. I don't want this. Okay. Jamie Foxx, Wendell Pierce condemning the BAFTA Awards after an audio member directed a racial slur at Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo during the broadcast, right? So now, everyone feels sorry for John. He didn't mean it, blah, 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 blah. Okay. It's infuriating that the first reaction wasn't complete and full-throated apologies to Delroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan. This is what Wendell Pierce said, right? That insult to them takes priority. It doesn't matter the reasoning for the racist slur, right? Jamie Foxx said, nah, he meant that shit. Right? The production designer Hannah, she said, I keep trying to write about what happened at the BAFTAs and I can't find the words. The situation is almost impossible, but it happened 3 times that night. And one of the 3 times was directed at myself on the way to the dinner after the show. You may have noticed some strong language in the back. Okay, that's what he said. Blah, 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 blah. So we're trying to make excuses for the shit, right? So this is why they're all getting dragged to black folks sticking up for themselves, right? God forbid. Once again, Delroy Lindo said, we did what we had to do when they were on stage, but admitted he wished someone from BAFTA spoke to us afterwards. BBC apologized, after the fact. But that's why they're getting upset. That's why they're getting dragged. Right? That's what the Queen Latifah say. God forbid black folks stand up for themselves. That's the worst thing you could do. What do you mean have some dignity? How dare you? Oh, okay. Gotcha. What does she say? What does she say? No, yes, no. Okay, never mind. Let's get back to it.
Some even wondered where he could have picked up such a word in the first place. I don't know, maybe he saw an episode of the Boondocks, or listened to a hip-hop song or something at some.
Okay, so they're blaming the Boondocks or some hip-hop song. Never mind, your great-great-great-granddaddy and your great-great-great-grandmamas have been, keeping penises in pickle jars in y'all's attics and basements for you to pass down to your little punk-ass kids down the road, right? Never mind that. Never mind why you gonna hang the man and then cut his dick off to keep it as a souvenir. No, but the word came from us. Okay, come on.
Point. There are seriously some out there who feel the big takeaway from this should be that those afflicted with Tourette's, especially if they're white, need to attend sensitivity training so that they learn that using the N-word is wrong, so they can adjust their tics accordingly and express them in less hurtful and offensive ways. Either way, you might wonder, why was such a person at such an event in the first place, where one protected group might come into conflict with another? Well, the Tourette-afflicted individual in question would be one John Davidson, and he was...
What, black people are protected? I didn't know. They are? Okay.
There because he is the subject of the feature film I Swear, which was also heavily featured at the BAFTAs. He has suffered tremendously with this affliction, and he has since made it clear that he is mortified that anyone could think he actually meant what he blurted. And he has in the past even come close to, shall we say, prematurely ending his allotted time slot on this planet, specifically because of the nightmarish situations that the verbal tics just like these create for him. Notably, Davidson is an activist. Not the Soros-funded city-burning kind of activist, you know, the ones who protest everything but those busted in the Epstein files. No, he's the kind of activist that wants to spread more awareness and information about Tourette's as an affliction. And if there is a plus side to this very awkward and regrettable situation for all involved, it is that this, if nothing else, has created a great opportunity for doing just—
Hold up, I'm going somewhere with this. When I say they watch us and they watch what we watch, take my word for it. Okay? Take my word for it. Let's go.
that. As there is as much attention on Tourette's now as there's ever been, certainly this side of Cartman faking it in South Park, just so he could hurl slurs and get away with it. And even in that episode, they made it clear what a living hell the condition was, when Cartman was suddenly no longer able to switch it off.
Sorry, my son Thomas has Tourette syndrome.
All right, hold on just a second here. Are you telling me that if you have this Tourette syndrome, you can say whatever you want all the time and never get in trouble?
It's a neurological disorder. He can't help it. Yeah.
One time, my cousin and I touched wieners. Ah! I didn't say that. Yes, I did, but what? Ah, stop it!
Davidson has gotten support from multiple members of the black community as well, including, but not limited to, some who worked on the movie and some who themselves are also afflicted with Tourette's.
I played John Davidson's lawyer, and if you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. In the scene, I'm representing him because he's just got into trouble, and I'm representing him, but at the same time, he's hurling abuse at me, and it's very offensive words.
Okay, so you got I don't want to call him a tether, but you got one of those get along to get along guys that put up with his abuse, his Tourette syndrome's abuse. It's abuse, man. It's abuse. One of the actors from, I swear, a film about the life of Tourette sufferer John has come out in support of him following the BAFTAs. Okay, so listen, this man's making excuses for homeboy, just whatever, like, oh, it's okay, he has to, like, what? Tourette's be damned. So you always got to have that one come out in defense of, like, well, no, he does it to me all the time, and he doesn't mean it. It's just part of his condition. It's always.
I'm representing him, but at the same time, he's hurling abuse at me, and it's very offensive words. Now, this is the condition, the disease of Tourette syndrome. John cannot control what he says. In fact, that's the whole point of why we're making this film. We've made this film, I swear, is to educate people about Tourette's syndrome. And how can you say that he can't be there at the awards? This is a film about his life. This is a film about him. Absolutely, he has to be there, and absolutely, it's great that he was there.
No, after the first or second outburst, you move him to the green room. That's what you do, and let him watch from the big screen. That's what you do. Hey, say, hey, you know what? Listen, we want you here. We're glad you're here. We want to help celebrate you in this movie, but we're afraid that you may offend somebody. Just out of just courtesy, how about just come on to the green room and just watch it from there? Yeah, that'd have been an easy fix for everybody. Easy fix for everybody. Okay.
And I don't know if some of the actors there were told in advance about someone with Tourette's being there. Hopefully they would have been told, therefore prepared for that kind of stuff that happened. Regardless, John has Tourette's. Enough said.
You can't laugh at people with Tourette's for years. Not in a malicious way, but find it funny that you can't control their speech. And then when it suits you, take offence to it. The guy was at an award ceremony, the BAFTAs. He's got Tourette's. It's not a case of you got Tourette's, so just stay the fuck at home all day. He went there, and what's happened is Tourette's has kicked in, and he's looking at two black guys on stage, and Tourette's meant open your mouth and say something, and as soon as he's done it, I bet he's thought, oh shit, does that make him a racist? No.
Well, what's wrong with you? You see why? Even black Brits, hey, y'all, come on, y'all. This is why. Oh my God. Now, where have y'all seen this young lady from? Where have you seen this young lady from? When I say they watch what we watch, where did y'all see this woman from? Now, I'm not here to toot my own horn, but where did you see her from? Tell me where you saw her first.
I'm seeing a ton of people saying, oh my God, during Black History Month, Tourette syndrome is not based on a month. Offensive tics are going to happen no matter what shit a person does. I'm black. Oh my goodness. And I also have the N-word as a tic. I have other slurs as tics. Does this mean that I use them regularly? Does this mean that I mean them? Does this mean that I can control what I say? No, it does not. That's not how coprolalia works. That is not how Tourette syndrome works. I've seen so many people say, that we can control our tics. That's not, if you can control a tic, it's not a tic. Let me explain what a tic is in detail. Shut up, bitch. A tic is when your neurons misfire. You think that you can seriously fucking control a neuron misfiring. I've never seen a human possibly do that. We have got to stop thinking with our feelings and start thinking with logic. It is okay to be offended. Shut up. But what it is not okay to do is be ableist and try to make it seem like people with Tourette's, specifically those with coprolalia, say their tics on purpose. My whole think piece on this, if you are offended, I do deeply apologize, but I'm just being logical here. I see a lot of people giving their think pieces, and they are specifically talking about racism when tics don't correlate with racism. But that's not what causes offensive or obscene tics. What causes those kinds of tics are coprolalia. Coprolalia, shut up, is completely involuntary and does not involve your vocabulary.
We're going to rewrite how the brain works now. We're going to rewrite the word association. So we're going to rewrite how we process information all of a sudden. So I take in this information I'm given, my brain processes it, and then I either listen for more information or I'll speak on what I'm seeing. So you mean to tell me that this Scottish guy with this condition sees two black men, takes in the information, it gets scrambled, whatever, and it comes out as a slur because of the condition? That's what we're doing now. That's what we're going to do. Okay. 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 That's what we're doing now. We're making excuses for you having Tourette's, and you see people and you yell out racial slurs because it's not racism, it's the tic, it's the condition that you suffer from. Okay. Well, okay. Hey man, we have Tourette's syndrome fatigue. I've never met anybody with Tourette's, but I tell you what, I remember a documentary years and years ago about a guy with Tourette's, and he said, when I see certain people, certain ethnic groups, the slurs come out, I can't help it. Okay. So we're just going to let that slide. Okay. Gotcha. Because of whatever condition, medical term you want to use to dismiss that. Okay. This is where we're at with it now, y'all. Once again, the world hates when black people stand up for themselves. That's the lesson learned. They hate when you say, hey, no, that's not cool. They don't like for you to stand up for yourself and voice opinions differing from everybody else. They don't like that you like yourself, that you have some self-esteem and some pride about yourself. They don't like that shit. So it's our fault the N-word is popular because of the music, the Boondocks, Greetings. Never mind, you sons of bitches were the ones that would, you know what? Okay, let me wrap this up. I'll wrap this up.
Someone needs to be blamed though, and as it stands, most of that blame is going to the BAFTAs and the BBC, and let's be honest, for good reason. Deadline Hollywood's piece is titled, BBC apologizes for strong and offensive language after failing to cut N-word from BAFTA Film Awards, because the issue here is that the BBC didn't remove the comments, even though they had 2 hours to do so. The piece reads, the BBC has apologized after its coverage of the BAFTA Film Awards failed to cut a racial slur shouted by an audience member with Tourette syndrome. And jumping forward a bit, the incident remained on iPlayer, the BBC's streaming service, for most of the morning, but was finally taken down around 11:30 AM local time. The stream was replaced with a page saying, this episode will be available soon, it will be edited and re-uploaded. What caused some level of ire though was that while the BBC did miss that for a good long while, they were able to catch and edit out a tribute to Palestine, which only goes to show how unbelievably hollow the BBC is.